Today we're looking at the grand finale of Act 5, focusing on a massive psychological concept, the pleasure of dramatic irony. Why do we find it so intensely satisfying to watch characters on stage slowly figure out a truth that we've known for hours? To understand why Viola and Sebastian's reunion feels so powerful, we have to look back at Aristotle's favorite tragedy, Oedipus Rex, and track how theater acts as a sandbox for our deepest fantasies of turning back time. I know I've said this before, but I think a huge pleasure in theater is watching characters put things together that we, the audience, already know, right? It goes back to Aristotle loves Oedipus the king, and he talks about how it's a perfectly wrought tragedy and that Oedipus is very much like us as an audience member. He doesn't mention this explicitly, but what Aristotle really admires in Oedipus is there's a kind of a moment in which we realize that Oedipus is the very curse that he's trying to get rid of, that he's the one who has killed his father and married his mother. I mean, many audience members know this right from the get-go, but it's also theatricalized in a way in which where there's a moment in which Jocasta realizes that Oedipus that any more forward in Oedipus's inquiry is going to lead to some terrifying knowledge that he doesn't want to know, and she runs in. And it's also kind of agonizing because we, the audience members, know that Jocasta has just run in probably to do something really awful like kill herself, but Oedipus is too busy trying to figure out, no, but we haven't gotten to the end. We need to question a few more people to find out who left this strange boy with the swollen feet on the mountainside. And was he really the son of King Laius? And did he really go to the same town in which I was raised by people I thought were my real parents? He's starting to put it together. But it's part of that pleasure of kind of watching characters understand things that we've known. And again, I think it's kind of like lifting the burden off us as audience members. One of the biggest burdens is to think that Viola thinks her brother's dead and Sebastian thinks his sister's dead. And there's a great pleasure in watching them reunite, but also watching them realize that there's always hope. Theater in some ways plays out our own fantasies for a reversal of fortunes, even if it is impossible, to actually turn back time and completely change and resurrect the dead, and completely change what we thought was real, what we've been nursing in our heart as an impossible tragedy that we can never kind of overcome. That moment of recognition doesn't just tie up the plot, it lifts a subconscious burden off the audience. It provides a profound emotional release by proving that even when a tragedy feels absolute, a comedic reversal of fortune is still possible on the stage. Leave a comment letting me know your favorite reunion scene in drama, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives.